What's up guys? Today is probably my favorite day for the Black Z because we are doing Wisefab for it. Now I've never actually installed a proper angle kit on a car. On my S13 it's all kind of pieced together from random stuff that I bought secondhand. Nicole's car is just like modified stock stuff, but for the Black Z, for whatever reason, I decided to do it legit and get a full Wisefab kit. Pretty simple, it comes with everything we should need. Got the lower arms, the upper arms, tie rods with, if you guys know my videos, these things are the devil. Rac Offset Spacer. So we meet again. I guess relocating the rack isn't as common with these and it's a little bit more difficult. So for the time being, we're gonna run Rac Offset Spacers and I'm gonna use the strongest thread locker I can possibly find, because I don't want these things coming loose. Although these do look kind of interesting and they might prevent the mushrooming issue that I had with the other Rac Offset Spacers. It looks like they slide over the rack, but we'll see. Not too familiar what you call the different components on a Z suspension setup, but I believe this you would call the knuckle. We'll just call it the main Johnny. I'm like way too excited to do this and it's been killing me to like actually have to film it because I just want to do it and finish it. But I already did the upper A arm on this side. To access these holes, I did have to pull the shock out, unfortunately. Just take this. Wow. It's done. Quick release suspension setup coming soon. If you want to change it, no bolts necessary, just yeah. I'm not planning on doing like a step-by-step installation with this. It's really simple, it's just nuts and bolts, but I will cover the things that I'm confused by to hopefully clear up anything if any of you guys ever end up doing this. That's kind of like the style of my videos. I don't tell you like, okay, turn this bolt this much, all right, insert this bolt. It's more or less like, hey, I almost messed up this by doing this, don't do that. Or, I couldn't tell which side this goes to, but I found out by reading this. I'm like really mechanically incompetent, so if there's anything you can mess up, I'll usually mess it up and then hopefully prevent you guys from messing it up in the future. Literally have been struggling with the Wisefab for so long that Caleb had time to drive here from Chicago just to help.
Maybe not quite all the way from Chicago, but yeah.
How you been, man? If you guys don't, this is Gingium, by the way.
I'm Gingium. Hello.
We can go look at your Miata in a little bit, but for now, I want to explain how stupid I am with the Wisefab. He came in here, he was like, look, this is your problem. He knew it right away.
The nubs.
No. He didn't figure that out, by the way. So we've been trying. We had Shulman here. We were like trying to do everything we possibly could, prying it, hammering it. And like, yes, it's apparent that there are nubs here that didn't let it go in. But you know, earlier today I spoke to Matt the Gin. He's like, oh no, you don't really have to cut anything other than the tie rods. So I was like, all right, it should just bolt right up. Maybe I'm stupid, maybe I adjusted something wrong. But no, those nubs.
Wait for the G7X to focus.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, these need to be grinded out, otherwise the bolt just refuses to go in. In addition to that, it's going to be more difficult since I'm leaving the stock suspension in since I don't have coilovers yet. And there's also some nubs that I noticed in here that are going to prevent it from, I think these are called spherical ball joints. There's a special name for them. But anyway, these cones are pretty big, so they don't like to work with the nubs that come on the factory suspension. So I'm going to have to pull this all apart and grind those down. Kind of hard to get in there.
Yeah, a little sketchy.
Wisefab, I love you guys. But please include instructions in the box so we know that we have to grind stuff like that right off the... I bet there's a website that has like instructions.
Yeah, there probably is.
Because I'm a male, you know, instructions, what are those?
Yeah, you just do it. Figure it out.
Gosh. Sick.
We're good now though.
Yep. I do have a compliment for you though, Mr. Wisefab. So inside there's like a little nut that's really hard. I'm like, how am I gonna get a wrench in there? And then Caleb noticed like, oh hey, it actually rests against it in there, so you don't have to put a wrench there. You just tighten it from the bottom. Yep. It's brilliant.
It's on the nylon.
It's like these guys are geniuses or something. Okay, how many different like janky little things have we been through trying to clean up these threads?
3 or 4, probably.
And
but it's taken like an hour.
The trick to actually cleaning up the threads was using the vise that isn't bolted down to anything. It actually makes it a lot easier because you can maneuver the vise. You can like spin it around if you need to access the other side of the bolt, because like undoing the vise and spinning the bolt would be too difficult. So cleaning up the threads because that bolt was stripped. Do you like my vise?
Yeah.
It's a great vise.
It's very convenient not being bolted down.
So typically with Wisefab, what you're supposed to do is just put it in the car exactly how they send it to you. However, I have my friend Matt the Gin who has done a lot of testing on his car and found out that he actually added about 7 turns on these I checked with the caliper to make sure that they're the actual same distance as his are, and it gave him just a little bit of extra camber that he said made it feel nice in drift and gave him a little bit more wheel clearance. So I'm putting it in with slightly longer lower control arms. My new sick bolt.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked on this, dude. Normally, like, my fixes don't work.
So we did it.
Empowered. So on here, that comes with like a little sleeve that goes over here because this thing is longer on the stock one. And yeah, it should just bolt right up. I'm gonna do the lower control arm first this time because last time I put the knuckle on and it just kept getting in the way.
Let's grind the tabs first.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Good call. Okay, so we're not gonna use dust shields. Why? I don't know.
You don't need
I had to make a decision and I made a decision, that's why. So the hubs that we pulled off the other knuckles going on these ones comes with its own hardware on like some Allen wrenches. Jim, how do you feel about this stuff? You've never seen this stuff before.
It looks fancy.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah,
I don't have this really cool.
I don't have this fancy stuff on my car. This is like new to me. I'm like used to my stuff's like not like this. This is crazy.
Yeah,
This is what you call baller. I forget which way I had it before.
Oh no.
It only lines up one way. Kind of a pain to line these up, but also you guys are always hating on my rubber hammer. You want me to use like some other type of hammer, I think. I need to get another hammer, but this thing's treating me well, you know? I don't mess up bolts with this thing, right? It may not be the most effective, but bolts don't get messed up. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, so they have like a little window back in here, and then on the other side it was kind of tricky to get them lined up, but once you get one, it kind of like helps pull all the other ones in place, if you know what I'm saying.
Are you just dropping all of them?
I get mad easy, alright? I get mad.
Well, you can see like the 3 bolts there just chilling down there.
I'm not smart enough for Wisefab.
It's Wisefab.
Watch this side be like infinitely easier.
Yeah, just slide right in.
So I can put this one in like this. Line this up. Where's the bolt for that? Oh, you mean God bolt?
Oh yeah. You're so sad you lost it.
God bolt.
God bolt.
Oh, it's so close. Screwdriver?
Yeah, we'll screwdriver.
Hooray!
Now, which way is it to go on the side?
Forward.
Where's the mallet?
A little tap. Just use him.
What just happened, Adam?
We have good news and we have bad news. Godbolt failed us and it no longer holds threads because I shouldn't have hit it with an impact. The good news is we're just gonna leave it like this since the car is not gonna be driving on the road. I can get another bolt and then just like swap that one pretty easily. It can like sit in the driveway like this, no problem.
All that time for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, did I already take it off and look if it's...
No, just leave it.
No, but I'm kind of curious to see if it's the nut or the...
Oh, that's true. If it's the nut, then you can just get a new nut. Like that. Oh yeah. Oh no, you're not gonna do it.
Oh, it's the nut.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Godbolt! Yeah, maybe we shouldn't say that.
What else can I call it instead of Godbolt?
Awesome bolt.
Oh, is this one with a lock?
Ooh.
Look at that. Nothing ever come up. If it fits, it ships.
Oh yeah, we're golden.
Probably a good idea to change that in the future.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I feel like I'd like to go tighter with it, but for now, We'll just leave it. I'm gonna forget about that. Guys, don't let me forget about that, because this is sketchy.
Yeah.
Don't let me go like door to door and then have it break.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
Dear Wisefab, I take back what I said again. You've created a very nice window that is very easy for me to insert a 19-inch wrench. So I applaud you.
Wait,
although
19-inch? It's a huge wrench.
Cut that. Yeah, we're just tightening up bolts now. I don't think I'm gonna get to the tie rods because we're gonna go out to eat and not work on cars and just like kind of chill.
Food sounds good.
Tell them a little bit about your Miata, since I know you want Nicole to drive it. What am I gonna have to do after she drives your Miata?
You're gonna have to boost Mia.
Yeah, but we want to put a rotary in Mia. I don't know if we said that in
That's
a video.
just as good. That's probably better, honestly.
Have we said that in a video?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the end plan, but like we have so many projects that I don't want to get you guys hyped up over that because it'll probably happen like maybe this year.
Yeah.
Nicole won't want to hear that, but just being realistic. I'm curious to see what the gold's gonna look like behind the gold.
Gold on gold on gold.
You can't even see them, dude. They're hidden. Oh. That's because we don't have the rotor.
Yeah.
Dude, it kind of looks cool.
No, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad, man.
It pretty much matches, actually.
It doesn't look bad, man. All right, so.
Yeah, let's get that angle.
Ooh, that's.
Oh yeah, it's close to.
We're gonna have to do some trimming, huh? Oh, it's gonna be. It might be different.
With coilovers?
No, it was well, A with coilovers, B with rotors.
Well, it's gonna be more out with rotors.
Yeah, huh? But look at the angle. No, well, I'm gonna take out the fender liner too. TJ loves fender liner.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. If you guys know who TJ Hunt is, go comment on one of his videos about his fender liner.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Poor TJ.
Yep. All right. Yeah, we're stuck.
Okay. Well.
All right, guys. So we're done. Gonna go take it for a rip, bud. Yeah. The gold looks pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah. No, I like it. Gold and black.
Yeah, that's my UCF colors. Go Knights.
Oh, that would be a sick chair.
Yeah. Oh,
Expensive chair too.
if you guys like car furniture, we got 2 big projects coming up.
Oh.
It'll be sick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wanna
Not gonna tell you.
give your boy Gingy
I'll tell
okay.
you.
All right.
His Miata's unbelievably clean. Looks so good. These seats are really cool too. I definitely dig it. Nicole's gonna love driving this thing. She's gonna get convinced that she wants to turbo her car. This thing's so sick. These gauges are cool too. She's gonna love this thing. It's honestly gonna make her Miata look like a pile of junk. Nicole, are you excited?
Kind of scared.
Yeah? Yeah, it makes like 500 horsepower, so better hold on.
It doesn't.
Okay.
I wish.
Okay, quick specs on the car.
All right, so it's 1.6 Miata, flying Miata turbo kit, big brake kit, suspension.
Oh, that's rad. I didn't realize you had a big brake kit.
6 pistons.
Dang, dude. This thing must be rip on the track.
Yeah, actually I haven't taken it since I put the brakes on.
Dang.
But we did the tail of the dragon with it, and it was
Yeah?
awesome.
You don't have sliders.
Nope.
Oh, you're gonna.
I definitely notice more like low and mid-range with the E85 and the Mustang, but it's super annoying because I lost one of my 2 keys, so I'm stuck with the key that I programmed for when I was renting the car, so I can't disable traction control. I'm in like kitty mode, and it mutes my audio when I unbuckle my seatbelt, which is okay because I always wear my seatbelt. But like when I'm trying to park and listen to music, what's up? You ready for your GT350 pull?
Yes. Oh, it sounds so good.
I love it. That's my favorite thing about this car.
Yeah, the rev matching is awesome.
Well, I do that. That's me.
Oh, it's not doing it by
Everybody
itself?
thinks it's the car, but it's me. It's Adam, okay? There's no cops. First is useless.
That's pretty good.
It didn't feel that fast for some reason. I think it's because I rolled into it too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prove that E85 smells yummy.
It smells so good.
Alright, tunnel pull real quick.
Okay, yes. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds so good. Where's the Miata?
Yeah, there's a Miata.
Yeah, wrong Miata. It changed color and 3 generations.
How was it, Nicole? What?
We have to change Mia.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
Was it fun?
Check out my reaction, dude.
Yeah?
Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah? Was it fast?
It fishtailed the first time.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry I grinded the gear one time. But I've never done that. But like,
He said it's like tricky.
oh my gosh,
running
it's
first.
so fast. But like first is like, whoo, and then go to second, and you go to third, and then it like just like mellows.
Yeah,
Like, once you get into third,
First
it's
and
just like
second
nothing.
is awesome.
Yeah, and then third is like nothing.
Sick.
Woo!
Stoked for you.
That's so fun. All right, so Adam's gonna go for a ride in the Gingium Blue Miata.
I'm so large for this car.
Oh yeah, I'm not the only one that started! Woohoo! Yeah, he started! And they're gonna take the Shelby out.
Does he not have power steering?
It's just, isn't the clutch kind of like tricky to get used to at first? Like I feel like you have to give it gas right away where I'm so used to Gabby grabbing up high.
Yeah. Well, this thing feels peppy.
Right? Ah! Like you cannot drive this and not smile.
Yeah.
It's the curse of the Miata.
I'm way too tall for this car. Yeah, it does grab down.
I know.
The fact that I'm so tall doesn't help either. It feels so tight.
I know.
It sounds so cool.
It's so fun. Like I forgot I was driving a Miata.
She's not used to her Miata being fun.
No, I step on it and nothing happens. Woo!
That's fun.
But then you put it in third and it's like nothing. But like first and second are so
First
fun.
is like zippy.
Get over, get over.
Get that SpongeBob gears full. The keys are hitting my knee.
It sounds so good in the pops. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it does sound really nice. I like this
I
exhaust.
love it.
Yeah, first is really fun.
I know. The gauge cluster is so cool to me.
It sounds quiet.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, no way.
Oh, lined up.
That must be a sign. That must be a sign, man. Just don't go if the radar detector starts going off. Oh yeah, you should be good. Dude, let's see what you got.
Doesn't sound quiet anymore. Heck yeah, Gingium, heck yeah.
We pulled on him for a while.
I know.
Oh, it's because the traction control's on, so I probably cut the throttle.
Oh.
Good old Miata.
As Adam stalls into the parking lot at our local Jeremiah's. Hey, turn off your lights, buddy. Cutie, that guy laughed over there. Right there, he's laughing at you. He's looking, he's laughing.
Literally, this garage will be spotless, and then in one day, I'll completely trash it. I don't understand why I'm so bad at keeping things clean and organized. Probably the lack of time. Now, installing the tie rods is definitely where a couple tricks will come in handy because this is not the most straightforward thing in the world. Obviously, yeah, we're gonna have a tie rod that goes from here to here, but there's a lot of little tricks and steps in between that will make your life a lot easier to know. Number one is included in the instructions. No matter what, you're gonna have to cut the tie rods. Different length depending on how long your rack is, but these tie rods come probably some standard length out of some other car, and you're gonna need to cut them no matter what, so you might as well do that and make sure you get a clean cut. If your cut is nice, you should have no problem just threading the tie rod in right on. If not, you might have to clean up the end a little bit. Now this little demon right here is called a Rac Offset Spacer. I've talked about these a lot, but in case you're not familiar with what they do, basically make it simulate that your rack is moved forward. So when you're at full lock, tie rods don't have over centering. I'll show a picture of what that looks like. It basically translates to a bunch of weird stuff going on when you're at full lock. We don't want that. Now on the S13, this piece basically would just sit on the rack like this, and that's why I had problems with the threads in the rack, like mushrooming out and just kind of like destroying racks. But the cool thing about this is it actually slips over the rack and strengthens it a lot by doing so. So we're gonna put this on, simulating that the rack has moved forward. Give a couple taps with a glove. Well, you get the idea. We're gonna give it a couple taps while I'm not holding the camera in one hand, and then we'll thread the rest in. And then we'll use the Allen bolt to thread the rest in. We just have to get on a little bit so we can catch some threads. A lot of stress is placed on these, and you do not want them coming loose, or you will have a very, very bad time. So we're gonna use some Permatex Red Thread Locker. Rather generously as well. I've had so many issues with these coming loose. Matt the Ginge has had them coming loose. You don't want to play around. Yeah, and we're back to stuff that I always talk about in videos. However, now it's a little bit different. So it's extremely tempting to neglect holding the rack while you're tightening the rack offset spacer, because if you look, there's barely anything that you can fit an adjustable wrench on. But it's very, very, very important that you hold your rack from twisting while you're tightening the rack offset spacer, otherwise you can create play and do some damage to your rack. My solution for that was basically putting a vice grip on the rack offset spacer. Since it is over those flat spots, it will prevent the rack from twisting while I'm tightened with the other hand on a very big wrench. We do not want this coming loose. I want to hear from you guys in the comments though. How many drift events before I mentioned in a video that the rack offset spacers are loose? Getting the actual tie rod on, there's an extremely limited window to fit an adjustable wrench on there. It'd be really convenient if they had like some sort of skinny wrench so you didn't have to use an adjustable wrench that would fit on there well. But what I basically did was created it so I could just get like one turn in from this angle. But in retrospect, it probably would have been much easier to get the tie rods fully on the rack offset spacers off the car like in a vise rather than trying to do them on the car. But I think I got it pretty tight on there, so I'm pretty confident in them. We're gonna go with the middle Ackerman setting, which is the one with 2 notches. What this basically does is just changes the point at which the tie rod mounts. Having more positive Ackerman will basically make the car self-steer a little bit more and feel like what I'm used to. However, it does make the car a little bit slower in drift. Going with the midway setting is a good happy medium. I was confused which direction to put them in, but the tie rod should be mounted farther out. Thanks to Ginge for giving me some advice. So the little notches will be facing forward. Your standard rack boot isn't going to be long enough to go completely over the inner tie rod, unfortunately. So what you're going to have to do is cut a hole in it so it can slide halfway over the rack offset spacer. Probably would be way better to get some aftermarket boots that can actually be long enough for everything, but for now, it's a decent temporary fix. Alright guys, we got a ton done, but unfortunately I'm going to be ending this video on a somewhat negative note. Yes, everything is together and it's coming along great. If you want to see a quick demonstration of angle, look, wow, wow, backwards, wow, so crazy. If you've heard the saying before, measure twice, cut once, I may have disobeyed that. I swear I cut it to the correct measurements, but the tie rods on both sides are a little bit shorter than I'd prefer. To get a proper alignment, this is about the length that will be in the tie rod end. It is about the thickness of the tie rod, which is usually what people say to be the minimum. Feel free to give me your feedback because I'm curious what you guys think. If I should run with it or if I should just get new tie rods and accept the fact that I suck and messed up. But anyway, tomorrow I should hopefully have this car on the ground. Yes, it's still in stock suspension, unfortunately. I just want to get everything installed, so when I get the BCs in, I can just drop them right in and this car's ready to rip. I don't know what we got in store for tomorrow, but there's a lot of cool, rad little things here and there that I can do before we head back to Texas. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Massive thank you to Shulman and Gingium for helping me tackle this, and of course to Matt the Ginge, who has been helping me avoid a lot of stupid mistakes since he's literally done all this very recently on his car. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a great day.
That was quite reckless.